Good morning, dear students. I'm Miss Tania Poveda. This is Accounting 2. Don't forget to download this information on your computer, tablet, or cell phone. In case you cannot, because of space or any other reason, you can print it or copy the most important information on your folder and notebook. Okay, are you ready? Let's start. Today we're going to talk about business people and business leaders. So let's start reading a little bit about business people and entrepreneurs. I'm sure you know a lot about entrepreneurs since we've been talking about them for about 2 years. Well, a businessman or businesswoman or business person is someone who works in their own business or as a manager in an organization. In other words, it's a person working on businesses. That's kind of obvious, right? Well, the plural for business person is business people. I'm going to say something about business man and business woman. So here, the plural for businessman will be businessmen with E. And the plural for businesswoman will be businesswoman with E. Okay? Business person and business people can also be spelled as two words. Business person, business people. In other words, we can write these words together or separate. Okay, so this is the definition or a little short explanation about what a business person is. Now, what's an entrepreneur? You don't need to read this to know it, but let's read it. An entrepreneur is someone who starts or founds or establishes their own company. Someone who starts a company is its founder. An entrepreneur may found a series of companies or startups. Entrepreneurial is used in a positive way to describe the risk-taking people who do this and their activities. Some entrepreneurs leave the companies they found, perhaps going on to found more companies. Others may stay to develop and grow their businesses. So what's the difference between a business person and an entrepreneur? Well, basically is that even both are working on commercial activities, buying and selling products and services. The big and the most important difference is that entrepreneur is the person who starts a business. But a business person works in a business, not necessarily that they started. Well, talking about found is a regular verb. When you start something, you're the founder. And the past tense is founded with ed. Establishment can also describe an action. For example, the establishment of a successful business was his main aim in life. So the most important thing is the difference between business person and an entrepreneur. Well, probably you remember when we talk about characteristics of entrepreneurs. Do you remember? It's very important. We check on this word, startup, is other way to say entrepreneur. So don't forget that next time you hear characteristics of entrepreneur, it's the same of characteristics of a startup. They are synonyms, entrepreneur and startup. So among the characteristics of an entrepreneurial person is creativity, positive-minded, organized, commitment, team building, resourcefulness, open-minded, discipline, and here in the middle, we have leadership. Leadership is right in the middle, like one of the most important characteristics. And that's because they are going to be the head of the company or of the business they found. They're going to be their leaders. So that's why today we're going to talk about also about leaders and leadership. So basically leaders are the people and leadership is the action. A large company mainly owned by one person or family is a business empire. You know, like the Hilton hotels, it's a business empire, for example. Successful business people, especially heads of large organizations, are business leaders, or in journalistic terms, captains of industry. So this term is like more poetic, captains of industry. But in businesses, we call them business leaders. Well, here it says that there is a lot of discussion about whether people like this are born with leadership skills or whether such skills can be learned. What do you think? You born as a leader or you learn how to be a leader? In my opinion, I think both are correct. Some people were born that way, and some people learn. That's it. Well, let's check some vocabulary very important for this class for accounting. So we're going to learn better and more accurate words to speak. We have these three words that probably are new for you. I know this is not from Harry Potter, even it sounds like a muggle. Well, it's not like that. We're going to check the words magnates, muggles, and tycoons. These three people are people in charge of big businesses or in charge of big business empires, especially by journalists as magnates, muggles, or tycoons. These words often occur in combination such as this. Media magnate, press magnate, shipping magnate, oil magnate. This is like the most common definition we hear around. When talking about movie, we say movie mogul, media mogul, or shipping mogul. When we're talking about properties and software, we say property tycoon or software tycoon. So as you see, probably these two words are new for you. But don't worry, it's not that difficult. It's only people with a lot of businesses making a lot of money, and it depends on the businesses they are working in. They are going to have their label. Magnate, mogul, or tycoon. Well, right now we're going to watch a people about stories of some famous business people. We can say business people and or entrepreneurs. All of them has different stories and different experience where we can learn from. It's extremely important you pay a lot of attention because after watching the video, I'm going to ask you something for homework. So please pay attention, listen carefully. Anyway, you can pause this video whenever you need or rewind and watch again. But let's try not to do that, okay? Let's watch this video.
I believe in positive brainwash. When you get used to think positive thoughts, it becomes your default state of mind. This is why I love to hear about success stories. It motivates me and gives me hope. If others did it, I can do it too. In this video, I'll talk about 7 famous success stories. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has always loved sports since he was young. When he was in high school, as a sophomore, he tried out for the varsity team but was rejected because he was too short and inexperienced. However, he didn't give up. The next summer, he grew a few inches and practiced non-stop. Thanks to his hard work, he got better and better, and as a senior, he was selected on the McDonald's All-American team. His career continued to develop and he made it to the NBA at 1984. He had ups and downs, retirements and comebacks, but he is still considered to be the best basketball player of all time. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying. Oprah Winfrey. One of my favorite success stories is Oprah Winfrey's. She was born to a single teenage mother and lived her first years with her grandmother at such poverty she had to wear potato sacks as dresses. When Oprah was 6 years old, her grandmother became ill, so she moved to live with her mother. At age 9, she was raped by her 19-year-old cousin. At age 14, she moved to live with her father at Nashville, Tennessee, and there her life turned around. She became interested in media, and when she was 19, she pursued a career in television. She was the first black female news anchor before the age of 20. Despite that, she was sexually harassed at work, and a few months later, she was fired because the producer said she was unfit for television news. She started hosting the morning talk show AM Chicago and turned it to the highest-rated talk show in Chicago. It was later renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show. Her career soared, and she is now one of the 400 richest people in America, inspiring millions of people and constantly helping the community. Create the highest, grandest vision possible of your life, because you become what you believe. Steve Jobs. Jobs was born in San Francisco to parents who gave him up for adoption. He had difficulty making friends and misbehaved at school. At 1976, he and his partner formed their company, Apple. At 1984, the company introduced its new computer model, the Macintosh, which was a failure. It was the beginning of Jobs' downfall. He was removed from the Macintosh group and became powerless within his own company, but it didn't let him bring him down. Jobs hired a few former employees and started a new company, called it Next. At 1996, Apple purchased the software of Next for over $400 million. Jobs returned to Apple and later became the CEO. Apple became a huge success, producing and selling popular products like iPod, iPhone, MacBook, and many more. When Jobs passed away, he left behind him a legacy that will last for years. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work, and the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn was born in 1926 as Norma Baker. Her childhood wasn't easy at all. Her father was unknown, and due to her mother's mental problems, for 6 years she was brought up by foster parents, and later on she was moved between different orphanages and foster homes. When she grew up, she got married and divorced twice. Baker worked at a munitions factory, and there she was discovered by a photographer who was struck by her beauty. She started a modeling career and changed her name to Marilyn Monroe. Further in her career, she played in movies and became a famous actress. Even now, years after her death, Marilyn Monroe is still a Hollywood icon. Imperfection is beauty, madness is genius, and it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. Walt Disney. Disney has always been interested in art. As a youngster, he used to sell his drawings to neighbors for little money. When he grew up, he began to pursue a career in art and got a job at a newspaper, but he got fired because, according to the publisher, he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Later on, Disney decided to open his own animation business, named Lafograms, which eventually fell bankrupt, but he didn't give up. With a suitcase full of dreams and $20 in his pocket, he headed to Hollywood to make his dream come true. With popular characters like Mickey Mouse and Snow White, his animations became a huge success. In 1955, another dream of Walt Disney came true. The amusement park Disneyland opened in California. Today, there are 11 Disneyland parks around the world, and the Disney company continues to produce new series and movies. If you can dream it, you can do it. J.K. Rowling. This is definitely my favorite success story. Rowling lived in Edinburgh, England, as a single mother to her daughter and struggled financially, but never stopped writing. On a delayed train from Manchester to London in 1990, she wrote her initial Harry Potter ideas on a napkin. In 1995, she finished writing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and submitted the book to 12 publish houses, all of which rejected it. A year later, she finally got a yes, and the first book was published. In 1999, the first 3 books of the Harry Potter series took over the top 3 slots of the New York Times bestseller list. By the summer of 2000, the 4th book in the series became the fastest-selling book in history. Rowling became a billionaire, though now she isn't because she has donated a large portion of her money. She continues to write books, and Harry Potter is still popular worldwide, with books, films, theme parks, and more. We do not need magic to change the world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better. It is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. The lessons I learned from these stories are: everything is possible. Just believe in yourself and work hard. Find inspiration and take actions. Don't take no as an answer, and don't ever let others bring you down.
Okay, I'm going to pause here for a minute so you can read this again about the lessons we can learn from others. In this case, only these 6 people, but I'm sure that you know people around you, closer to you, in your own home, from you can learn. Everything is possible. Believe in yourself and work hard. Find inspiration and take actions. Don't take no as an answer. Don't ever let others bring you down. Okay, saying this, let's go back to our presentation. We're about to finish, don't worry. And what are you going to do right now? Well, this is going to be your homework. You have these 6 people here. The 6 stories, as we can see: Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, Marilyn Monroe, Walt Disney, and J.K. Rowling. What you have to do is choose the story you like the most and describe why you like it the most, or what you learned from that story, okay? This is going to be in your Edukai. You complete it here. You answer here the story you like the most. Maybe you said Oprah Winfrey, okay. Why? I like Oprah Winfrey's story because of this, this, and this. That's it. You don't need to write like a lot. 1, 2 lines, 3 lines will be great. And you can paste a picture here of this person, not necessarily the picture in the video, but any other picture that you find online. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed, especially because this time we found some connection between entrepreneurship and accounting, and I'm pretty glad and confident that you remember that information, and as always, you're going to use it for good. So one more time, thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you have a great time, and stay home, keep safe, take care of your parents, take care of your family, and take care of yourself. Okay, guys, I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.